I've been riding pretty much one trail for the past 2 weeks, and that in Simi Valley. Suicide is super rocky and some big hits.
Yeah.
And when I got on the coil fork, man.
Hey, who put these front wheels on? Did I get to that one? What, is that the wrong wheel? No, I just wanted to consistently see if it's the front wheel.
What are you guys trying to get done today, Curtis?
Just get like a solid baseline on forks and rear shocks. We have a new fork coming out, and just want to get that settled in to kind of where it's gonna be my go-to setup anywhere. So coil fork, coil rear shock. Pretty happy here. I'm sick of pumping up things. I just want to ride my bike, man. We're on Ohlins, so it's been ongoing talk for a long time, and we pretty much made it happen. So Jared and I are super excited. We've ridden some of the stuff in the past. It was a good opportunity for us. Ohlins is providing all types of prototype things, anything we want basically. So that's been really cool so far. So to come out here and test some of those things and figure out what we want, what works best and what we're most comfortable on, they're here to help us with any of that. So excited to kind of get it all going.
So which bike are you going to be riding today?
My Enduro 29, my go-to race bike. It's pretty much going to be my bike all season. I'll just make some changes from certain tracks. We have some different linkages in the rear. We can change travel and whatnot. So that's part of the reason why we're here, figure out spring rates and dampening and all that fun stuff. So it's good to have one bike because you become so comfortable and it's just home, you know, and to have that to where you can kind of make it where it's a bit more nimble and pedals better for certain areas and zones that we ride or whatever, and just makes my life a lot easier, and along with mechanics. So just one bike. But Enduro 29, size large, 170. So right now it's a mini downhill bike.
Big change coming into the season, just going from one rock chalks you've been on for a while.
I know.
Do you think about that, or is it not a big deal?
Oh, of course. I mean, SRAM is part of the reason why I am where I am today, and those guys are still friends and family. So I've been with them for, I don't know, 7-8 years. So it sucks, but you know, we're still all friends, and we're still using some of the stuff. And like I said, it was a great opportunity for us, and I think it's really cool what Ohlins is doing, and I think it's we're gonna be able to raise the bar with what bikes are doing now, and you know, just little things, just like all the prototypes that we've gotten so far. It's all, you know, we have ideas and it's showing up. So the fact that I'm on a coil fork already is so happy.
What do you like about coil?
You don't have to put a shock pump on it. It's consistent, man. It just works all the time. No matter where you are, it's the same. You know, if you start at 5 o'clock in the morning, it's 35 degrees, and throughout the day it changes, and temperature changes, or your altitude, and all that stuff affects the way air operates for sure, front and rear. And it's one of the reasons why last year I went to coil midway through the season. It's part of that reason. You know, you start on top of the bottom of a mountain, get to the top, and then you have a 5,000 foot descent, and big long descent, and the coil is just more consistent, hands down. The police. Well, I'm gonna start first on the bike I've been riding and the stuff I've been riding. That's kind of like my baseline as of now, and do a couple runs on the track that we're at, and so I know how everything feels on that bike and this trail, and then kind of just go from there, make some adjustments, put on the new fork, see what it's doing different, get it feeling good, better, and just kind of go from there. We got a fat boy spring. They didn't have a spring rate heavy enough for my chunkiness, so 190 is kind of chunky. So how is Ohlins identifying springs? Is there
just
colors?
Colors.
Yeah.
This one, this is prototype.
We punched it.
You want a wrench?
You know, we come a long way with vice grips and hammers and stuff. So.
Get a picture of that fucking sledge and drag it. Thor. Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
I'm TJ Hansen from Ohlins Racing in Sweden, and we're here in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where I am at least. Testing with Curtis for the first time since he came on board with Ohlins products.
What are you looking to get out of today?
Basically get him the right balance of the bike. He should be happy, he should be confident after these 2 days of testing. So he feels that when he's going home now and put on the final preparation for the race season, he should be as ready to go. I think Curtis is a really good tester. He has so much experience and he's been around. He knows, plus he also knows what he wants, and that's really cool to work with a rider like that, because not many of the athletes out there actually know what they want, what they're looking for. So Curtis is kind of unique in that way also.
I almost feel like it went out of pressure.
Put it on number 2.
Yeah.
Just do the side.
Let's check it.
For a track like this, if you feel like you're working a little bit on the low side, you can bump up the third chamber quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like to 220, 230 easy.
That's just for ramp up.
Yeah.
You gotta take that apart to do that, right?
No, that's what he's doing now.
That's at 180? Okay.
Oh, that's way too low.
Yeah.
Well,
we had it at 210.
Yeah, but that's another thing I need to explain. When you just putting because the chamfer is so small, so by just putting the pump on, you will lose like 30-40 psi. Yes, you know.
Get pumped up to like
220. I would do.
220, and what was the top? 153?
Yeah.
So you making notes of everything, all the adjustments and changes?
Yeah, after every run, we'll just check air in the fork. We're doing air forks right now. Just trying to get it dialed for that. So just have it all in my notes. So last season, he started on an air, switched to a coil in the rear midway through, and he loved it. And now that Ohlins is going to offer a coil fork, we want to jump on that as well.
Dude, it got out of control.
It's rowdy, man. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Front end was like, this front tire's not helping my cause either. 2-3 grid, it's fucking gnarly out there.
When there's no front end traction everywhere, it's like you're coming off of rocks and it's just like it slides and slides.
Choppy front. Rear feels fucking good, man.
It's low speed.
It's at 7 right now.
Try and go stiffer.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We go the other way now.
Supercross style.
Yeah, just one change at a time.
One change at a time.
Yeah. It's a rowdy track though. Let's get a front tire ready.
Okay.
This is just too sketchy.
Okay.
Like I should just have at least those downhill tires on.
That's a trade.
Trail's sick. Once you get to know like your points,
Yeah.
I still have to get the rock garden down because I'm still on autopilot from the first 3 runs of tree like being down. So
Yeah.
got set up to the right and then veer off left, and it's good though.
Cool. Perfect.
Jog. I just had like a great casing front tire, and it's a proper downhill track, man. So just putting a DH casing on, a little stickier rubber, make it a little safer. Do you want to set it up there? Yeah, I'll take that. Cool.
So where are you at in the testing process?
Pretty much getting the fork closer now. Did one adjustment. I did like 4 runs and got a good baseline. And now we're just making little changes, one change at a time. So.
Hey Curtis, have you seen one of these?
A little rowdy there. There's a couple of spots before that, a couple turns before that is where
This is just the air spring.
That's it.
Yeah. So you got your main chamber. That's what you're controlling with there.
Yeah.
And here you have a floating piston, this tube. So that's what the ramp up chamber, which you're controlling from there. And in here you have a negative chamber, which you guys set. That's set.
We need to tighten the bar.
Now I feel like the rear's too soft.
Now you're putting too much weight from the front onto the back since we made that stiffer.
Yeah.
So now we have to compensate for that.
You go faster or slower on that one? Slower.
Yeah, we're working quite a bit on the balance of the bike still. I mean, we have made the front stiffer and stiffer for him. And of course, it's going to come to an end when he starts pushing the rear a little bit too much. And now we made the rear end a little bit stiffer for him, so he's going to give that a go.
So what's really the end goal here today?
Basically, for him to get a really good feel with the Ohlins product. Maybe we're not going to do a bunch of changes. We're still waiting on a few bits and pieces to come in that will arrive by the end of this month. So, but it's just a matter of getting comfortable on the material he has at the moment. So, and we're not far off, to be honest. We're not far off. And I will be surprised if we have to do some crazy changes.
It's better.
Yeah.
Stay higher in his travel.
Video stuff?
Come on, Dan.
Is
Stay higher in his travel.
fire road? Fire
It's
road?
definitely more.
They're not right here.
It was just like less hectic, you know? Yeah. More stable. So still feel like the front end's a bit harsh on the beginning though.
We have one more 170 36 22.9 with us. I'm gonna prep that.
Yeah.
And then you have to cut the stem off, put the start nut in.
Yeah.
And then we put that on this bike with your pressures and everything.
Okay.
So we know it's fresh.
Yeah. The rear's pretty dialed. I know the track pretty well now. I know like the hits and the feelings. So we're just gonna get after it and want to put on the coil and see if that's like a feeling I'm searching for. And if I'm
It's back behind the van.
feeling the things that I am feeling, if it's right or wrong. So hang out with Jared. Jared's got a lot of feelings.
Is there a fork that you prefer him to use, or you?
No, it's by his choice. He can choose whatever, air or coil, it doesn't matter. Whatever he feels the best on, he can ride.
If we could just check the spokes on it.
We're trying out 160 coil right now because it's definitely something I'll use at some of the races, probably New Zealand because it's not really steep there. Try it out, see what this bad boy's all about.
How do you compare to Jared? Is Jared kind of? Are you pretty much set it and leave it for the year, or maybe a few tweaks? Is Jared the same, or do you guys talk about things like this, or?
We do. Bikes, he's pretty settled into like the stump jumper. For him, it's just like a sizing thing, like a fit. And to be honest, I feel the same way. When I get on the stump jumper, it feels too small for me, or just I don't feel like I feel good on it. But when I hop on this thing, it's like it's home. I feel very comfortable, neutral. I can ride any track, anything, and I don't second guess anything. So when we get to the tracks where there's more pedaling and whatnot, I'll swap a couple things on it and make it more efficient. But so yeah, in regards to bikes, he's tried the Enduro and he likes it, but he's just with the 170 on a stumpy, and he's now got an Ohlins rear shock on the back of that bad boy, so he's a pretty happy kid right now. And he's a freak, and he would do hardtail runs at Keystone back in the day, prepping for 4-cross. The fact that you can ride a hardtail down Keystone is pretty impressive. So he can deal with less travel. He's pretty good at that. Me, on the other hand, I want a bit more cushier per se, more forgiving. But he's a wild man. Right there, bro. It's all about that knob right there. See that? Yeah.
What does that now do?
That's just a preload on the spring. That's not an air cap. That's the coolest thing I've seen in years. sick. Like night and day, man.
Yeah.
It just stays planted to the ground. It wasn't diving on me.
No.
And that's with it being a 160, where I'm more comfortable with it being a bit higher and like it's slacker.
Yeah.
That right there is the most comfortable, and I went just as fast, and I fucked up twice. Yeah, leave it right now. I just want to do two, like, I want to do like 2 pin runs right now.
Oh yeah, sure.
Holy crap. So sick, man. Holy crap.
I'll grab him in a second.
And it's going to feel like that every day. You don't have to put a pump on it.
I'm not a fan, honestly. I like the Guidos better.
Happy with what you just heard?
Yeah. I think everyone would be happy with that. No, but it's and it's also like this, like first impression. I mean, I've learned that over years. That's something that will last. And if you're gonna come back from your first impression in a negative way, it's a lot of work to get back on the road again. So this is, yeah, it's amazing. Coil, spring, front and rear, and that's something that's not been on the market for a while. And I know me and Brad has worked closely with it and trying to get back on the coil program, back to the market, because we think it's a need for it out there. And it obviously, I've heard, even one of their best athletes is just super pumped about it. So that's really cool.
Awesome couple days with the boys. It's always fun riding bikes and just pounding out laps. So got to try some cool things. Bike's working awesome. We had a good time in one piece, and we're just beating the storm. So yeah, good times.